Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Mal and I am the owner and maker of Made by Manny and Mal. In today's Tumbler tutorial, we are going to be going a little bit more summery vibes. I know we're still technically like winter, spring, but summer's coming. So you can save this design, bookmark it if you want to make it closer to summertime, or if you want to feel the summer vibes now, you can make this tumbler now. We're going to use all of the colors from the February Peachy palette from Peachy Olive Glitters, and we're going to pair those glitters with two super cute patterned vinyl sheets, also from Peachy Olive Glitters, to create a really fun summertime tumbler design. If you enjoy the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos. I upload brand new Tumbler tutorials every Tuesday and Saturday. Everything I'm using will be listed and linked down below in the description box, along with links to all of my social media pages if you'd like to follow along with me anywhere else. And I think that's it. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and let's go. Alright, so here's a closer look at the colors from the February Peachy palette. This was one of my favorite palettes. I love all of these colors. They're so perfect for summer. So we're going to use those four glitters along with these two sheets of patterned vinyl. I will have everything listed and linked down below in the description box for you so you can check everything out. Like I do with all of my tumbler designs, I'm going to start by sketching out a very rough idea of what I'm going to do. So for this tumbler, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of math. I want to map out exactly how big each of my sections are going to be. So I know that I want the beach ball vinyl to be at the very top and have that be my largest section. And then I divided the remainder of my cup area between my 3 stripes of the polka dot vinyl and then the 4 glitter colors. So for my 30-ounce skinny tumbler, that ended up giving us a 4¼ inch beach ball section. So I went into Silhouette Studio and just created those shapes and had my machine cut them out so that everything is an exact measurement. So I cut that, and then for the polka dots, I made each of those sections 1 inch high, had my Silhouette again and just cut those sections or those shapes out as well. I made everything 11½ inches long. You won't need all of that, but that's just kind of my default. So I'm going to start, of course, by prepping my tumbler. So I sand down my cup with a 60 grit sanding block, and then I wash it with dish soap and water. You can also wipe it down with rubbing alcohol. It's totally up to you. So starting now with the beach balls vinyl, this is our very top and largest section. So I'm going to trim off the excess white backing from the top edge and one of the side edges, and I'm going to wrap this right up against the top rim of my cup. Now, getting this stripe straight and as perfect as you can is going to set you up for success for the rest of your cup design. If this shape is wonky, all the rest of your stripes are going to be wonky. So you really want to take the extra time and make sure that this is lined up as perfectly as you can get it. So I secured one end of my vinyl with a piece of blue painter's tape, and now I am smoothing the vinyl onto the cup. So you can either use your thumbs to push the vinyl on, or you can use my preferred method, which is with a vinyl scraping tool that has a felt edge. You can just push the vinyl right onto the cup. It'll push that paper backing away as you go, and it's just a really easy way to get vinyl on your cups without bubbles or anything bad happening. So once I've got my vinyl on, I'm going to cut off all of the excess, and then we are going to work our way down the cup, creating the remainder of our stripes. So for the glitter sections, we're going to make them 1/2 inch thick, and I have some 1/2 inch painter's tape on hand, so I'm going to use that. If you don't have 1/2 inch painter's tape, you can cut 4 rectangle shapes out of just any kind of vinyl. You can use stencil vinyl, removable vinyl, doesn't matter. You can just cut those shapes out in your either Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Studio and do it the exact same way that we did with the pattern vinyl. So I laid one strip of the 1/2 inch painter's tape right up against the edge of my beach ball vinyl, and now I'm going in with one of my polka dot stripe sections, and as I'm laying these down, I'm really relying on the stripe that came before it. So when I laid the 1/2 inch painter's tape down, I lined the top edge up with the bottom edge of the beach ball vinyl, which is why it's so important to get everything lined up as straight as you can, because as you work your way down the cup, you're going to rely on those previous stripes to make sure that you get everything moving forward correct. So I'm just going to continue to work my way down the cup, alternating between my painter's tape and my polka dots until we get to the very bottom. Once I have everything mapped out on my tumbler, I'm going to go in and mask off all of these polka dot sections on the bottom half of our cup. So I'm going to remove that same painter's tape that we just laid down to expose all of those 1/2 inch glitter sections, and I'm going to reuse that same tape to just mask off the polka dot sections. I don't want to get any base paint or glitter on my vinyl, so I'm going to tape everything off. So for the base colors for our glitter, I'm using my favorite acrylic paint brand. This is the Delta Ceramcoat brand. You can get it at Target, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and it's really affordable and has amazing coverage. I want these glitters to be as vibrant as possible, so I am going to go in with a coat of the paint just by itself first to give it a really good solid base before we go in and add the glitter. I let my base coat dry about 30 to 45 minutes before I was ready to add my glitter. So I took each of those paints and mixed them with a little bit of Mod Podge, and now I'm just going to start working my way down the tumbler. So starting with our first color, this is So Fetch. This is the chunky girl in the mix, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's got a little bit of like a color shift to it, a little bit of iridescence. It's really, really pretty. So we're going to put that at the top, and then moving down into the pink section, we're going to take All Pink, which is an extra fine, super hot pink color. Go in with that one, and then we'll follow with Bubbles, which is the light blue color. Now Bubbles really reminds me of Gus Gus and Blue Boy, Neverland, but it's an extra fine version of that. So if you have one of those colors, you can add Bubbles right on top of it to add a little bit of extra oomph and dimension to your designs. Or of course, you can use it by itself. It looks really good by itself too. And then finally, for the bottom of the tumbler, we're going to go in with Dewy Frost. Now, Dewy Frost has a special little extra meaning to me. In my mentorship group, MBMM Elite, I did a glitter challenge for my members, so they had to create a glitter mix, and the winner got their glitter produced and sold by Peachy. So Dewy Frost is one of the mixes that won. This was made by one of our Elite fam members, Kathy, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud to have this mix like produced, and I'm really just proud of her for making this beautiful mix. I really love it. So anyway, once I'm finished glittering the tumbler, I'm going to go in and immediately pull away all of the remaining tape that's on the cup. This orange painter's tape was a total nightmare to remove. It took me like 20 minutes to get it all off, but once I had it all off, I let my cup sit and dry for about an hour, and then I brushed off any excess glitter with a chip brush, and then I went in to seal each individual glitter section with my typical mix of it's a 50-50 ratio of the Crystalac glitter glue and water. Let that dry for 2 hours, and then I went in with 2 coats of epoxy. So once my epoxy was cured, I was ready to go in and do all of my sanding. There wasn't too much sanding that we needed to do. Mainly we just had to work on that chunky glitter section. So after that, I was ready to add my vinyl striping to our stripes. So I'm using my favorite vinyl. This is the textured metallic vinyl from Teckwrap Craft in the color Champagne Gold, and I cut these out really thin. This is 0.08, I believe, in thickness, and I made them, of course, 11.5 inches wide, and I just added them to each little stripe area. After that, I sealed my vinyl with some polyacrylic and then went in with my final coats of epoxy. I did 2 final coats and we were all done. So here's the final result. I really love how this turned out. I love how the glitter colors match this vinyl honestly pretty perfectly. This is really getting me in the mood for summertime. It can't come soon enough. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Bye.